There we go. Got a little head nod out of you, Mikey. Ladies and gentlemen, we are live tonight, February 12th, 2026. The Geaux Team. I am Daniel, your moderator, as Mike doesn't know, as Grant doesn't know, the moderator extraordinaire, that is. Down the river tonight, we've got Mr. Excitement himself. Chip, how are we doing tonight, Mr. Excitement?
Happy to have these two on, that's for sure.
That is the most excited we've had Chip in an intro in a while. So that is legitimate excitement. The other two we have joining us tonight. We have two special guests tonight. One of the OG podcasters in the LSU podcast game. First off, Mike from Pod of Geauxld. How are you doing, Mike?
Excellent. Thanks a lot for having us, guys. Chip,
Thank
I'm
you.
excited to be here. I'm just as excited as Chip for us to be here. This is great. You've asked us to do this a few times. I don't know if Grant's been on before. I did jump on one before, maybe two, a post-game Clemson and then another one. It's always a great time. Happy to be back.
Yeah, awesome. This is my virginity of the Geaux Team pod.
It is. And last but not least, my former right-hand man, Mr. Grant the intern. Grant, how are you doing tonight?
I'm doing great, I'm happy to be here. It's an honor. I peek into you guys on one, two, maybe three times a week, just see what's up. And now I'm here, doing it big.
Doing it big. We've been trying to get Grant in for a couple weeks. Mr. Baseball.
There were some contract disputes. We had to get our attorney, and part of when we went back and reviewed it, either Mike or Brett had to be present during the show just to make sure there was no.
Well, there was an appeal, and we took it to a local court, and we were able to figure it out. So
there was no tampering. I guess.
We tried to tamper.
There was a little bit of tampering, but ultimately, I rather family first, and but I'm here. So
well, hold on. I got a claim on the family side. Y'all might be.
You got to claim closer to.
Not
first,
closer to
first cousin.
No. Through marriage, I'm y'all's second cousin.
If we rank the family removed. First, as well as in person, I really the in person part is you can't go against that.
Speaking of the family trees, I've had Ancestry.com subscription for the past 3 weeks. If you haven't tried it, you guys really need to do it. This is not a free sponsor, free shout out, or free ad read. I've been locked into that. I'm in the 1600s across the board right now, like diving deep. And I'm sure Brett from Pod of Geauxld will be all up in this chat, by the way.
I hope so.
First, G Moose says, if you're not tampering, you're not trying. We tried to tamper with Grant. Zombie Bob says we need an intern. We need a producer because I'm not doing an adequate job because Zombie Bob doesn't have control of the chat. So he's tried to hire Grant. We've tried to tamper with Grant.
Well, if y'all need help with audio, I know a really good guy. We can loan him out for the audio.
Grant out for the audio?
That's an inside joke.
Yeah.
Okay. And back to Ancestry. I've gone down. I'm in like a 3-year wormhole with that.
Oh, you've been doing it. It's good stuff.
Fun fact, Zombie Bob had like a crisis of identity because, as y'all know, Zombie Bob and I are brothers, but we have different moms. I knew that my mom's great-grandfather was an outlaw and like her family name was all just made up. But we found out through Ancestry that our last name, me and Zombie Bob's shared last name, is made up like 4 or 5 generations ago as well. So Zombie Bob had like this crisis of like identity because he's like, well, we're not really camps. And I'm like, I'm not a cross on the other side either. So like, what does it matter to me? I'm already used to this.
I found one of those and it was like it was fairly recent in relative terms to Ancestry.com. I'm like, wow. So they came over and immediately flipped this name to make it English version and just like shortened it down. Still the same pronunciation, but different spelling. And from a totally different country that I've been led to believe for 36 years. Pretty wild.
That is wild. Mine was just people relocating after the Civil War. So people who were probably Northerners that came down south to
We had no one here in
Carpetbaggers,
Civil
right?
War.
I had some on my dad's side. I went down a few wormholes there.
Yeah.
Dude, mine's just straight up what you think. Norwegian, freaking Russian, like
Yeah.
You got Russian in you?
yeah. Oh yeah.
It's good stuff, man. It's good stuff. It's good bones.
It is. That's a wormhole that you will not be able to recover from, though.
It's fun.
Is the problem.
It is
So,
fun.
Chet says, does that make Mike the Dabo of this whole thing?
I don't know what that means. I don't get the joke.
Talking about
Help
the
me.
tampering.
Oh, yeah. I guess you could say I'm a Dabo guy.
Yeah.
I mean, he's a good dude for sure.
He's a great guy. That's all I live to be.
You aspire to be Dabo.
I aspire to be a great guy.
Okay, that's fair. Shouldn't we all aspire to be a great guy and be Dabo?
If I was going to let my kid play, I'd probably let him play with Dabo. You know,
Absolutely.
gonna-
Absolutely. Over Pete Golding, I'll tell you that.
Oh no.
Pete's going to do what Pete wants
Such
to
a
do.
good guy.
Or Joe Judge.
Oh, another
No.
good guy.
Yeah, dude. Gosh, Joe Judge's testimony today. We'll get to that after we do baseball.
Hey,
because
boy,
we-
this is Mississippi. I think we're talking about that first, but that's just me.
Slow it down, son. You know where you are, boy.
You're in Mississippi.
And then Trinidad's attorneys are like, yes, sir. Yes, sir. It was so funny.
There's
That
so
was
many
crazy.
thoughts I have on that.
Dude, is there
So
no
wild.
doubt that judge was a former Grand Dragon? I mean,
Oh,
Grand
yeah.
Wizard.
It
Grand
was,
Wizard
it was
guy.
the Honorable Benjamin Mintz up there. It was crazy. But that's why they
That
didn't
is
stay
great.
for the ruling.
it was a great ruling by the judge. I thought it was very fair.
That was a good Mintz impersonation. At Pod of Geauxld says, what the F is going on here? Brett, you were invited too. Brett, you're always invited.
We told him. We told him yesterday.
We did.
Yeah. I want a show of just Brett and just Zombie Bob.
That'll never happen.
Yeah.
I don't think Brett will. It's.
I mean, we
Listen,
kind of.
Not that it will never happen because of any conflict between the two. I'm just saying, to get a solo version going between those two, there's got to be a strong topic, maybe a financial topic, maybe a Bitcoin topic. They might be able to go on that.
Okay. I still think it would be fascinating.
It would be fascinating. A solo pod with just Brett alone with Zombie, now that I think about it, because you can't even imagine what that dialogue would be. And I think that's the surprising part about it. It'd be fun.
That would
what
be
happens.
Chance in the chat always calls us the variety show. If you put Brett and Zombie Bob together, who knows where that variety show may end up?
Yeah, I'm not. Brett is a jokester, right? But he does it in a way that you have to understand, like he means no harm. I don't know if Zombie could take the hits. Like Brett throws out some hard balls. You know what I'm saying? Like you have to kind of just keep rolling with it and know it's not personal. I don't know. Zombie might take some stuff.
I mean, we did one show,
we did the 9/11 show with Zombie.
We did two shows then.
We had the Zombie Bob podcast on our network for like, I don't know, 6 months, whatever it was.
Yeah, he says he's not a solo guy though.
We thought he could be. We thought he could be kind of his own little solo show, but it's not like we told him he couldn't bring guests on, right? I don't know.
That was when he was living in London.
It was the early days. Days. I am so happy though to see the evolution, not only of this podcast, but of the Zombie Bob character itself really come into form here. It's great. The Twitter videos on the Mardi Gras routes, the Portal King beads.
I've got 3 more. But keep going. Sorry.
No, that was it. The Portal King bead.
He's at a parade tonight.
Oh yeah, he got a hotel room.
Choctaw.
What's today? Thursday. Wednesday to Wednesday, he's got a hotel room, the Hampton Inn, across from the convention center. I know this because he's told me at least a dozen times. The Hampton Inn across from the convention center, and
What's his room number?
Yeah, let's put it
it's
out.
in a video. I have it in a video.
Let's put it out.
So
You want to know where that? Watch the video.
like legitimately he sent it to me in a video. But because fun fact here, we were talking with a social media guy and they were like, yeah, y'all's long form is great, but y'all need to do more short clips. And what do you think Zombie Bob's reaction to that was?
I'll do it myself.
No, he can't be contained in a short period of time.
Mm.
So Chip can attest to this. Last show, after the show, we talked about zombie. Whatever you do this weekend, just send us 1 2-minute videos, right? Chip, did we not say that? The first video he sends me, 4.5 minutes.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I'm not posting this. Like, it's 4.5 minutes. You got to trim this.
40 seconds.
But it was him doing a tour of his hotel room. He even has a Mardi Gras wreath on the door of his hotel room.
I mean,
Keep it in the archives, right? Like eventually you got to pull those back up, right? To see more.
Yeah. G-Move he said it several times on the pod on Tuesday night too. Hampton Inn, across from the convention center. So Brian Hunn has a question. Does LSU go undefeated in baseball this year? I'm very excited about this year's club.
Undefeated? No, I don't think so.
LSU Eunice did it last year.
That was
LSU Shreveport.
Yeah, you're right. Shit, Eunice is the one that's typically a powerhouse.
And LSU Shreveport's already lost this year. Eunice wins the national championships. Yes, but last year LSU Shreveport went off.
If you go back and look at all of the elite LSU baseball squads, you're typically looking at anywhere between 15 to 20 losses.
For sure.
Yeah. We've had teams in Omaha with like 25, close to 30.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
But the top
Teams
upper echelon teams, you can expect around 15.
Yeah, that one year in like 2004, I think.
I think
you had Oregon State had like 4 losses. That's ridiculous.
Yeah, it's not in this league now though. Like the SEC right now.
U.S. South Carolina did it in the early 2000s. I think they had, and then they lost to that was 2000. They lost to the
ULO.
Yeah, that's not.
Did you just call them the Chili Peppers?
It's USL.
No, I think what Brian was asking was just he's excited about baseball. Let's start talking baseball. I think he was a little sarcastic there.
Yes, obviously.
Grant's on the clock.
Grant's on the clock, so let's get started about LSU baseball here.
Wait,
okay.
Speaking of records, though, I'm just going to throw this one out there real quick. Coastal last year, they were 56-10 going into Omaha.
Yeah, brutal schedule,
or actually less than 56.
Fucking Gamecock. Where are they?
But they were on some crazy win streak until we played them, or whatever it was.
The charlatans.
Chanticleers. Yeah.
What's their
anyway?
League? I wonder what their league is. Their league like the? Oh, it's the
A10. I don't know.
I mean, they still beat some good teams last year.
Yeah, they were good. They were great. They were great. But I mean, you can't compare the future of this team based on.
No. I'm just saying, like a team that was actually in the championship won a ton of games last year.
Did their coach apologize as well as Kevin Sumlin? It was just Sullivan, not Sumlin. Sullivan.
Different coach. Different coach.
But the Florida coach did apologize for his antics last season against Coastal, I think. That's what happened, right?
Yeah, it was.
Didn't they get in a battle? Yeah. So he came out before the season started to kind of make sure to clear the air. He regrets that.
He's like, I'm past all that. Let's move on. I'm gladly going to serve my 3-game suspension.
That's right.
He went on a leave of absence. He left the team for like 6 months this offseason.
But wasn't the Coastal coach an absolute dick too?
Oh,
yes.
He was like,
he got thrown out, right?
Yeah, he was a dick after he got thrown out. He lost his mind over.
No, but he came in peacocking like, who's LSU?
That whole team did. Their pitchers did. Everyone was talking shit.
I would never want to play LSU. It's the worst program in the history of. Dude, that's what you see with inferior programs, and they are. Good. I mean, they are a classic team. They won a national championship. It's great, but they're not LSU. It's kind of like these douchebags from Ole Miss. It's just like it's constant crying, and then they'll call you out as soon as you joke around about, this didn't think this would happen. They're like, "Won't you cry more, piece of shit? I hope your family dies."
Yeah, absolutely. They go straight to
wait, Chip, be careful with what you're saying tonight.
Oh, I'm just saying what they say. I'm just.
But still, the algorithm doesn't like certain words like that.
Okay, yeah, you're right. My bad. I didn't mean that.
I know you didn't mean it, and you're quoting somebody.
They follow with threats. They followed a bunch of threats, and they'll be like, "Oh, your mom is terrible." Like it's like what?
It's crazy.
Paul reminds us in the chat that the Coastal coach cannot coach the first 2 games of the season this year.
Oh,
Forgot about that.
We're getting tossed in the natty. So neither of them are coaching on opening night. That's funny.
Yeah. Kevin O'Sullivan couldn't happen to a better guy.
They both just seem like hard asses.
Didn't Woodward want to hire Kevin O'Sullivan?
Yes.
First
Very
choice.
chalky.
Yeah. Anyway, we're going to get into baseball here because Grant's on the clock. He's on baby watch. So we don't know when Grant may or may not have to drop out. But we still got Mike. So even if
That's fine.
The real talent on Pod of Geauxld, Grant, has to leave, it is what it is. So we're going to go around the horn here. Since y'all already did a baseball preview last night, we did a baseball preview with David last Thursday, whenever it was. I wanted to change it up a little bit tonight. And so I've got a series of questions. We're going to go around the horn, each position. Each one of us is going to lead off with each one of these questions. Mm-hmm. So the first position is catcher. And this question is for Grant. Obviously, Aaron Beatty's the guy. So the real question is, and you probably talked about this last night, but go ahead, give our audience the same thing. Who's going to be the guy after Aaron Beatty? Who's going to be the guy who catches the most innings this weekend, opening weekend, after Aaron Beatty?
It's definitely going to be Omar Cerna. He's basically a clone of Aaron Beatty. He's actually bigger, but in terms of just pure baseball talent, number one catcher in Texas 2 years in a row. Aaron Beatty the year before, Cerna this past year, and rocket arm, can hit the ball a mile, and he will probably start a game over. We play 8 games in 10 days to start the season, which is kind of crazy. So being that's going to happen, Cerna will start at least 2 of those 8 games. If I had to bet money, I think he starts at least 1 this weekend, either Saturday or Sunday, and then next weekend as well. So, but yeah, I think Cerna now next year. I think it's going to be, because we're losing so many outfielders and so many. There's just going to be a lot of changes. I think Aaron Beatty or Cerna will catch or DH next year.
Yes.
So I'll leave it there.
Great ass.
Yemen's just Yemen. I think he's a great. I like him because he seems like a cool guy and great cheerleader. Mm-hmm. But I, don't see now. I will feel comfortable if bad things happen. Like we have a guy like him that's played before. He's not just like a true freshman. He's a 4th-year junior. So but
double-digit home run guy too.
Who's that?
He was a double-digit home run guy too.
Yeah. I mean, Yemen at Dayton, he hit a good bit of home runs. So he's 6'5",
We got monsters.
Yeah, we have monsters.
Off the hook.
Everybody's a monster on the team.
Big.
And that was my
much
biggest
bigger than
complaint.
some of Maneri's teams.
That was my complaint about Maneri. When the 4 of us used to get in arguments about Maneri at the end, that was always my complaint. It was a bunch of little 5'6" guys out there.
Like Tanner Reeves might be the smallest guy that could play this year, and he would probably have been a big player on Maneri's team.
He would have been the biggest player on most of them.
They did, but
I'm exaggerating. But
Maneri's teams had great chains, though. Heavy gold.
Yeah, heavy gold. Yeah. They were all. They loved Jordans.
Yes,
K-Rob, man.
It's incredible. Like, I feel like it's the biggest team since the steroid era, right? They're all Jose Canseco's.
Yeah, bring it back.
Bring it back, dude.
Bring it back.
Milam is tiny. Milam might be one.
Milam's a small guy. He's a little monster, but he's compact. He's a beefy little compact guy. Omar Cerna is a monster.
Yeah,
like that dude has a physique like a small soldier. Like it looks good.
Hey, did y'all know who Kramer Robertson's mom is?
No. Who is it?
It's Kim Mulkey.
No.
Hey, did y'all know we have a 66-year-old tuba player in the band?
Yes.
Did you know he played
in
basketball?
Do you know his son?
Do you know his name?
Played basketball?
I know he's related to Grant.
Yeah. No, my wife.
If I'm related to y'all, then you're related to Tuba Kent.
You know he's related to the K lady.
What?
Did not know that.
That is deep.
Wait, I think you did tell me that, but I forgot.
How do you know that? That's crazy.
He knows that because Grant's related to him.
Did you know that Quad
Grant's
Wilson
related to the K lady?
Quad Wilson
is Frank
which
Wilson's
means we all
son,
are.
the fourth?
Yes.
Yeah.
That's why his name's Quad.
Yeah, that's why T-Bob's kid's Quad Bob.
Quad Bob.
Anyway, next position, first base.
Brian Kelly killed him at what?
Brian Kelly killed a kid. Don't get Zombie Bob started. Next position, first base. A lot of people might not notice this based on how good looking of a guy he is these days. But Mike, this question's for you. As a former right guard yourself, that's what people might not know. Okay. How do you feel about having a former right guard playing first base this year?
I love the great Bambino. Big York coming in. It's just it's imagery. It's a California connection for Jay. A guy that really wants to capitalize on a final year of college baseball, so he comes to the upper echelon, the top echelon of college baseball. What I love about Zach York so far, right? And this is hype alone. This is scrimmages alone. And this is a preview show, so we can talk about in that sense. He's not just a bomb, right? Like, he's not a guy that's just coming here because he can hit bombs. He's a contact guy. He is just like a massive tackle that hits like Curiel, right? He hits for contact. I think he's got great technique. I think he's probably a locker room type of guy. For people like our co-host Brett that don't really follow baseball super closely, that's a guy that they're going to be like, who is that? I love him. I don't care who it is. I like this guy. Zach York is going to look wild, especially if he goes with the horseshoe socks, the pull-up baggy Babe Ruth pants. It's going to be fun to watch.
Chip, how do you feel about that uniform description there?
I think it's phenomenal. He's got gray hair too. I would never thought that. I watched him play whenever he was
California.
What's Green Canyon, right?
He went to Grand Canyon. He's from Cali. He's got great hair.
Yeah, he's got beautiful hair. And I remember being like, God, I wish we had a guy like that, just because it's a fun dude to watch. And then I saw him hit like 4 base hits.
And we are already known for just taking pitches like crazy. That dude's going to get smacked in the tummy all day long. He's going to be like the amount of pitches that we take that like Jay teaches them to just hold your ground. That dude's going to get fucking worked. It's going to be great though.
I don't know how many times in Jay's tenure we've been hit. It's got to be. I mean, it's easy to look up.
That's a good like dozen trivia question.
Absolutely, it's got to be a. I can't imagine how many times it's that first year they got hit like every other ball.
Dugas was just bullied.
He was like a magnet.
Just squinting.
We thought the Bow brothers got hit a lot. Dugas was hit a lot.
Yeah, Dugas didn't have to wear a purple jersey. Just go out there shirtless, and he would just fit right in.
Turn purple.
Yeah. I think I remember reading. Doesn't Jay threaten to bench people if they back away from balls?
Absolutely.
I mean, I'm sure.
I did read that.
Yeah, I remember reading that.
Got hit a lot last year too.
I hope that's true.
Until he broke his hand. Jeez.
I broke my toe yesterday, by the way.
Oh, dude. Which one?
Sensitive subject.
Middle toe. Left foot, middle toe.
Yeah, I broke my little one yesterday. I mean, not yesterday, last Christmas Day. Not this past Christmas, the Christmas before. Oh my God, dude. I laid on the bathroom. I hit it on like a corner.
Yeah.
I cried.
What's crazy is it was hurting me, and then today it's like purple.
Oh, yeah.
Like it didn't start changing until today, like Gavin Dugas.
Fun fact about York: his dad was a swimmer at Air Force. He was on the swim team at Air Force from 1979 to 83, and his mother
was he a big boy?
His mother's credit. If he was a swimmer, there's no way at Air Force they don't allow that.
Yeah, you got to.
He's 6'2", 300-pound.
I know. So, and his mom was a softball player at Fresno State.
That's where it is,
and is considered to be one of the best softball players in program history.
She's going to get a lot of airtime.
Yeah, and she's really. They're not big.
Are they not? I haven't seen the mom. I
he's the biggest.
Well, Air Force. Yeah, Air Force. They're not going to be big.
His brother was drafted 17th overall in 2020 as well. So those are all the fun facts. He's got baseball. He's got athletics in his blood. His aunt also played at Fresno State, according to this.
That's cool, man.
Yeah, so Jay recruited the older brother, right?
Nick.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Nick committed, though, I think. He has got 2 older brothers.
Jay recruited one of them and already knew the kid.
I think Nick was committed to Arizona and then got drafted 17th overall to the Red Sox.
Yeah, and the other one, I believe, Cal Poly was an All-American at Cal Poly. Like
Joe.
Before him, yeah.
Paul corrected me in the chat and says, Chip, you've probably seen Fat Airmen as well.
Yeah, a ton of them. Well, more so, and I'm not going to announce the one I see the most of, but they're the nothing wrong with being a.
I know where this is going. Get the legal disclaimer ready.
Jesus. Oh, I don't mean in a bad way. Just I think it's probably because they're not constantly in. They're not getting weight and taped. It's just the weekend warriors. Man.
Chance is basically saying Lane slept with Zach's mom.
Chance says his mom was at Fresno State at the same time as Lane Kiffin. Does that mean he slept with him?
I've seen that mustache Lane used to have. There's no.
He slept with her. Yeah.
I hope so. She was hot. I've seen her in her uniform. I sent Daniel a picture of her.
Legal disclaimer. All right, next position. We're not going traditionally around the horn because I wanted to go in order here. Order of guys on the program. So we're moving to shortstop. This question's for you, Chip. Chip, last year, for those of y'all who don't know, Chip and I had these long discussions before the season started about how we were concerned about Milam going into last year, that there was too much pressure on him to hit the long ball and that he was going to have a down season. He ended up batting .211 in SEC play, but he bounced back in the postseason. Most notably the story now, once Jay benched him in the SEC tournament, that's when he turned it around from that moment on. He didn't want to feel like that again. So, Chip, do you think he's going to have a better year at the plate this year, specifically in SEC play? Obviously, the stats were still good.
Yeah, a lot of when a player like that as a freshman comes out, just nails. By the way, he was nails on defense. I feel like it's sometimes it's as hard as a sophomore to keep it up, and he started out hot, in the season. It's just it's the SEC. Some wicked pitchers in the SEC last year too. Yeah, and I think it's. And then you don't take so much of the regular season, guys. I mean, if you finish 5th, I'm so not to go off on a tangent here, but it's all you need to do. As long as we're going to get hot. The SEC is a different ball game than when you go into the postseason. So it's just like you face these tough guys, and that's what happened. He was ready, and he just came on.
I think Paul brings up a good point. Moving to shortstop was a good change for him, right? Mm-hmm. We forget that he was playing some second. He's playing. I think he played some third. No, maybe not. It was always second, right? And then we shifted him over to shortstop, which obviously is where his future is going to be and where he is now. And it just looks so natural. Like the double play ability by himself is pretty sweet to watch.
It is.
We mentioned this, and I don't want to get ahead of talking about the outfield, but I think just for the sake of talking about the guys like you mentioned, Chip, that came on the scene as freshmen, sophomores, worked through it. Mm-hmm. We're expecting big things this year. If Milam and Jake Brown and Derek Curiel's a sophomore, but he's a draft eligible sophomore, so we're expecting big things, and he's going to be gone. Those 3 guys, if you can have them hit their peak and max out their potential here this season, you're going to have a hell of a team. So it really rides on those 3, in my opinion, when it comes to the lineup, and especially those juniors that came on the scene hot as freshmen, that played a lot last year, had some ups and downs. They both, Jake Brown and Milam, both kind of went through their slumps. They came back and became the guys that we expected them to be at the end of the season. Carry that into this year, we're looking good.
Yeah, I think last year there was so much pressure on Milam to be a power guy. And by power guy, I mean, obviously not Jared Jones, but the rest of the lineup lacked power, with Braswell. And then you didn't expect a whole lot out of Hernandez either. And so the way this year's constructed, it's the roster's more even when it comes to power. You don't have a top end guy, but it's more balanced. So I think there will be less pressure on Milam to drive in runs via the long ball. So that therefore he'll be able to hit for average more.
Mm-hmm.
That's all we need from him. Just get on base, and he's hitting from both sides of the plate, which that in itself in the SEC again is, I can't imagine doing that. Facing someone like, you name the pitcher, every team's got a stud these days in the SEC, and having to face them from, prepare one side, then they bring in their reliever, you're at the other side, and just trying to focus on that. And all the while, like you mentioned, his defense. 5 errors, and that's great. I made the analogy last night. That would be, and I was trying to explain it to Brett, like how crazy only 5 errors is in baseball.
Yeah, Brett doesn't get that.
And I was like, it would be like a quarterback having a 75% completion percentage, or what was the one you said, Mike? I think you had said.
What do you mean?
There was an example you gave to compare only 5 errors in football terms.
I don't remember that. I'm sorry.
I can't remember either. But it was like, that's crazy.
I think it would be the same as, and not that I know he had a rough Super Bowl, but I think it'd be the same as a left tackle giving up.
That's what it was. That's what it was. Actually, Brett said it. He's like,
I think it might have been Brett. Yeah.
He said, so you mean it's like a tackle having only 1 holding penalty all year? And I was like, yeah, that's actually a great way to put it. 5 errors over the course of a college baseball season is probably the same as your starting tackle having 1 penalty all year.
Yeah.
In
where the ball is most hit. That's why they put the best guy there usually. Right?
Yeah, he's a good back.
Yeah, he's great. And the other thing I think about him, like from last year and just in both years, really is like he's basically Jay Johnson's son. They talk about how early he recruited him. I don't think anyone really thought he would even get to campus. He got to campus. He started as a freshman, and he's kind of like one of Jay's, his little boys.
He's like a Curiel. Curiel was recruited by the time.
Yeah, that's another one. But I feel like Milam was like the first one that Jay's like, I got my little guy. Like, we're gonna ride this thing out, Mm-hmm. And I don't know if that's a pressure for Milam or not, or if that helps him. But
that is a point we really didn't talk about yesterday, Grant. I'm glad you kind of brought that up. Is this the first team? Jay's been here for 4 years. This is Jay's 4th year, right? Or
yes.
Is this
5th?
This is his 4th.
Yeah,
this will be his
22,
5th.
23, 24, 25. Now this is his 5th.
No,
this is his
5th. Yes. Thank you.
That's 22 seasons hard.
So really, I know last year obviously this was 4th, but this is his 5th year. So really, the recruits that he had been recruiting for years prior to coming to LSU, they have all now come to fruition now, and that's 5th year. This is really all his guys. Not that last year wasn't all his guys by any means, but guys that he had been recruiting since they were in junior high type of guys, now reaching their max potential with Milam, Curiel, and his draft eligible sophomore year. That's exciting, right? Because they want to play for him. And they've been wanting to play for him. And that's why when you bench a guy like Milam, he comes back and he's like, I'm going to prove you. I'm going to prove it to you. I owe it to you. That's why I think this year is going to be so huge for those kids.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I'd say the only knock on, now this isn't really a knock. I think I would think he'd be a little quicker to first base when he out of the batter's box.
That does irk me every now and then.
I don't know if it's not. I thought his freshman year he was pretty fast. And then last year I was like,
yeah,
maybe there was something there.
He bases last year. And
he lingered in the box a few times where he's like, I don't know if I should run yet. Is that going to be a foul? There were some times where I'm like, get out of there, man.
He did have 7 stolen bases his freshman year, and only 2 last year.
But he does loaf on some ground balls.
I think he was a little banged up last year too. I think there was a little bit of.
Give him another year.
That makes sense. I will say this too, and in his freshman year. When did he, Grant, do you remember when he reached full-time lineup? It was pretty early.
It was after the first weekend or during the first weekend.
Yeah. He didn't hit a home run until the last half of the first series, the last half against Missouri, I think. And I think he had 2 in that one game. It's just.
Yeah.
Purdue, Fort Wayne. Oh, no, he actually started
Purdue Fort Wayne was last year, right?
Yeah, and this is showing he went 1 for 4 in that Friday night game. So technically, he started opening night.
Yeah, the year before his freshman year, I'm saying it took him about half the season to get.
Oh, wait, you're talking about? Yeah, that was last year. You're right. You're right.
No, AP in the chat. Or go ahead, Grant.
Central Arkansas, he had 1 at bat. It doesn't say if he started. Then VMI. So he didn't start till Saturday, basically the second game of opening weekend. And he went 4 for 6 in his first real start.
I remember that. Yeah, I was like, who is this guy? Little dude.
AP said 5 errors for a shortstop is like 60 touchdowns to 5 picks in a season for a quarterback. Wonder what quarterback did that.
It's not bad.
He's probably not that good these days.
Probably
Joseph.
Solid, I think.
Yes.
I mean, but Ole Miss has got their third string's better than ours.
We'll get to that in a minute, Chip. We will get to that in a minute. We'll leave plenty of time to discuss that.
Perfect.
Next position, second base. This one's for Grant.
Well, I'm ready for this one.
From Friday till Monday, which second baseman or which guy will get the most plate appearances?
That's a better question than who's going to start Friday.
Exactly. I tried to think of new ways of doing that.
I think, there's several factors in there. 2 of the 3 are left-handed bats.
Yes.
One of the 3 has had a much better spring scrimmage in terms of batting. Who's going to actually have more at bats?
Plate appearances.
Yeah, plate appearances. I'm just going to stick to my guns and say Tanner Reeves.
Fucking just.
Mike, you feeling a little different on that one?
No,
I'm
Chip's a Tanner Reeves guy too.
I love Tanner Reeves. We had a little debate last night.
I just think I think based off the numbers, the way Jay does things, I think Tanner Reeves earned the start on Friday. So he's guaranteed plate appearances on Friday. And then I feel like now I don't know. There's no other reason for me to think that then all of a sudden Dardar is going to start the next 3 games. I feel like they're each going to start. One's going to start Friday. One's going to start Saturday. Depending on if I know there's going to be a righty starting against us on Friday night. So it's definitely Reeves or Dardar. Simpson's not starting at second. I don't see that being the case. If they do start a lefty on Saturday, I think Simpson might even start on Saturday.
Let Mike go.
No. I'm just saying. Grant and I had a little debate about this.
This is more for the season. Our debate was more about the season. His question, I think, was more geared towards the 4-game series.
The first 4 games.
Yeah, listen, I think
you can go anyway. I don't think there's a right answer.
There's a lot. There's a lot to dissect about the second base competition. It's the only position, in my opinion, that really has a deep competition. You could argue first base as well, but it looks like York is getting the nod there based on everything that we've seen. You also have some Simpson competition at anywhere where there could be a guy rotating in or out. You're going to see Simpson. I made my case for Dardar last night, and I feel like transferring in from Kansas State, you don't come here to ride the bench. He's had the better scrimmages. He's had the better preparation in the offseason in the field. Jay has put a strong emphasis not only at the plate, but on our infielders, right? I think Jay's okay with kind of tinkering with the outfield a little bit, but with the infield, you got to be a baller, right? I think Reeves is missing that glove still. I think he has an excellent bat, but he's still just a little too short of the wall, right? Like he's there every time. It just doesn't go over. If he is raking it over the fence, like Tanner Reeves has the ability to do with his technique, his contact, etc. If he has that extra pop this year, it's going to be hard to take him out. But he needs to develop a glove. I don't think they're going to risk that with kind of potentially a development at first base. I don't know how good York's going to be at first base, quite honestly. I love Big Bambino, but you might need some security there in the field at second base. Apparently, Dardar is that guy right now at second base in the field, and he can mash. So I give the edge to Dardar over the season, taking the reins at second base. I can see Grant's point in saying Reeves might get the initial nod, and if he capitalizes on it, I think it's his. I just think there's going to be a continuous rotation there throughout the weekend and into Monday. To answer your question, I still kind of side with Dardar there.
I like Dardar. As soon as he said that he went in the portal only in hopes that LSU would call, when I read that, I'm like, I'm all in on this guy. Yeah. I'm all in on this guy. So now I'm biased.
Well, he's a Mandeville kid. He's a hometown boy.
Yeah, but he went to Holy Cross.
I know. Well,
at least
that
he went
doesn't
to
count.
Cross. I'm okay with Holy Cross.
Yeah, at least he didn't go to Jesuit.
It's one of those things where it's like I want them both to be good, but it's not. It doesn't work that way. You know what I mean? Like I wish
them all to be good. It's baseball. It's not. You know,
but at those
we love
guys, like Reeves, like it would be awesome if like Reeves hit 20 home runs. I know it's JUCO, but like he goes, but like I don't care what league you play in, you bet 350, you hit 20 home runs, like you can.
That's what Simpson. I mean, Simpson's coming in with that same type of pedigree coming up,
and he's ranked in every Baseball America D1. Top 5 second baseman in the country, and it's like he might not start.
Out of the three, Simpson is the most athletic.
Easily, he'll be the pinch hitter. He'll be the pinch runner. He will play. He might. All three of those guys are going to start a game this weekend. That's my prediction. So maybe not at second, but they will start.
Paul's part of this podcast right now. I mean, he's piping in every other comment, and I'm starting to in my head reply to him, and I want to spit it out a little bit. I think Grant and I both have a prediction for DH to be the young cat Mason Braun, and I think that throws off Paul's theory about York being the DH and Simpson playing first base.
Yes.
This is all based off of us kind of wish casting a freshman being a dog. So he could absolutely be correct. I just think we might see some of that LSU freshman magic coming from Mason Braun at DH.
I could see it. I don't know if game one though.
I don't know. Maybe actually game one, but game two maybe not.
The great thing is you got 5 games from tomorrow to Wednesday.
It's gonna be great.
Yeah.
The one thing that's bothered me as I started prepping for doing these pods this week and this weekend is, and I don't know how much you can take from this, but I went through and took all the spring stats, right? All the 10 or 11 scrimmages, and took all the numbers, in their batting averages. And the fact that Zach York 188, Seth Dardar 188, Curiel 172, Caraway 167. I mean, Milam 219, Aaron Beatty 207. It's what are we doing there? Are our pitchers that good? Was the cold? I heard some people saying oh, it's so cold. There's just a lot of strikeouts when it's cold. Guys just aren't warmed up to hit. And I'm well, are the pitchers warmed up? I thought that was more of a pitcher thing. So.
Paul, explain us the cold weather theory, Paul.
I mean, in my mind, the cold weather should affect more of the pitchers. I guess you're not going to hit as much too, but it's going to take the pitchers a little while. But I think it was I forgot who I was listening to, but they're all these strikeouts in the spring scrimmages, the players striking out is because of the cold weather. And I'm whatever, because Aaron Beatty struck out 15 times. He had 29 at bats. That's not good. Let's see. Zach York, 12 strikeouts.
Not worried about it.
Dardar, 11 strike. Here you go. Trent Caraway, 14 strikeouts in 30 at bats. I'm just saying, it happened.
It's not going to be. Is it going to be cold ever again? Probably not.
No, what I'm saying is, last year our spring numbers for our starters did not look like that. I went back and looked at that, and Curiel was batting 450. Milam was batting whatever. We had a lot of guys up there. Right now, Mason Braun, Tanner Reeves, and John Pearson were the only 3 batting over 300 in the scrimmages. So, again, what does that tell us? I don't know. It's scrimmages. You're playing against yourselves, but at the same time, hopefully we get hot at the right time, and the right time will hopefully be May 1st.
Yes.
I think
go ahead, Chip.
just real quick, it's crazy. Like watching, Pod of Geauxld or All on a podcast or Blake, from AYS. It's just a embarrassment of riches. You talk about these. We're just talking about these guys.
Hairs.
It's just insane, and like people are like, it's. I mean, it could go any way. And I'm excited to see it. I'm excited to see the transformation of the whole team. I'm sure we could have saved that for end, but it's crazy. It gets me excited.
Yeah, no, going into this season, though, that second base competition is really the only debate that we can make theories about, right? And I think there's no true right answer there, just like it is with debating who's going to be your middle relief and your first closer, right? We're going to get into that, I'm sure, but the Friday, Saturday, Sunday starter was kind of predictable, aside from maybe Sunday. But after that, that's a big debate as well. So that in second base is really the only talking points that we can really theorize about. Everything else is just kind of plug and play and let's see what happens, man, and wish for the best. And I think the best is yet to come. I'm excited to see it.
To answer, worrying about the cold weather is dumb. I get it. But also, because I'm sure the next thing is like, because opening weekend, we're playing 2 o'clock, 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, like all these early games, everyone gets pissed. And it's like, it's Jay Johnson. Are we really going to complain about Jay Johnson?
No, I asked him the question. I said, explain the cold weather situation. That was on me.
Oh, no. I thought from Paul's comment there, worrying about the cold weather is dumb. That's what.
Yeah. Because I asked him, I said, Paul, explain the cold weather.
Oh, gotcha. I see. You were talking to that Paul. I thought you were calling me Paul Manera for some reason.
No. I know you love Paul, though.
I do. I can't wait till he comes back to Baton Rouge this year.
You were a Paul apologist.
Yeah, I'm gonna cook him up. Everyone's gonna.
That was always our arguments.
Yeah,
there's gonna be an.
We could never get you to say a single negative thing about Paul Manera ever.
There's gonna be.
These are wet. Remember when he said that?
There's gonna be a honorary reserve parking spot for Paul when South Carolina comes to Baton Rouge.
He'll throw out the first pitch.
Tomato.
Oh, that would be crazy.
It'll stumble off and fall. We'll have to pick him up.
Listen, isn't it an indictment on Paul that within 4 years of him leaving, we won 2 national championships?
Yeah.
I told you.
And how awful he was at South Carolina.
He was another one. He was another guy from Notre Dame that came here to fucking retire.
Well, no, he was hungry when he first got here.
But this is what happened.
He was fucking mashed when he first got here.
Brian was hungry for a little bit when he first got here, and then he realized he realized it's a little bit harder than he thought, and he was like, never mind.
And he's like,
he underachieved at LSU, and then 2017 happened. You're like, oh, there's still hope there.
Yes.
Even though we lost, but we lost to Florida, who was really good. And it's like, okay, well, he bought himself a couple more years, and then he ended up actually buying himself.
He was better than Smoke.
Years.
He won a natty. He was better than Smoke. There was entertaining baseball to watch. He just always left you gutted at the end, though.
Not to be a Paul apologist, but I will say this: he did come in a crazy college baseball transition. They changed the balls. They changed the bats in the middle,
and he overreacted.
And that, I never thought he wasn't. It wasn't that he wasn't hungry. I think he was in pain. He could tell something was wrong with his neck for 4 years.
Yeah. I mean,
that's not what I'm saying, Paul. Is Paul argumentative every episode?
No, I like Paul. Yeah, he likes.
I'm not saying I don't like Paul. I'm just that's not what I said.
No, he apologized up here. He said, "I'm sorry."
No, he's like, not what I'm saying. Never said Paul wasn't better than Smoke.
No, Paul.
Is he responding to G Moose there?
I don't know. Maybe he's responding to me, but we're talking. Well, I'm not. There's a lot of Pauls in this conversation.
It sucked that, if the bats
too many Pauls going on right now.
If the
you called Grant Paul
Bissonette. If today, if Paul's if Bregman was playing in today's, if that team played in this era, they would probably have won the national championship.
Yeah.
I mean, Bregman would have hit 30 home runs if it was with these bats.
Yeah.
It's a good point by AP.
Next one. Third base. The question is,
give it to Grant.
No, I'm giving it to you, Mike. This one's for you. It's an easy one though. So Trent Caraway is a guy who has all the potential in the world. What? He was Mr. Baseball in California. Is that right?
Yeah.
And then one of the top transfer portal guys. I don't remember exactly where he was ranked, but isn't he our highest ranked guy we got in the transfer portal? Correct me if I'm wrong.
I don't know. It depends if you pay for a D1 subscription. You never know with baseball.
13 in top 50 transfer.
Perfect game.
So he's one of those guys that has a lot of name recognition by scouts. A lot of potential. He may or may outside of the NCAA tournament last year, he hasn't really reached that potential. So what are your expectations for Caraway this year? Where do you see him in the lineup? What do you expect him to produce?
I projected him in my lineup to hit 9th, like at the very bottom. I don't have and that's not like it's not about him. That's more about the rest of the team around him. I think Caraway coming in is a solid guy that's going to be a great fielder. He's a technique savvy type of guy. I think you look at anybody that we can get from Oregon State, I think that's exciting, right? And I think Grant mentioned that last night as well. You get transfers from all around the country and you see that name pop up like, oh shit, we got an Oregon State transfer. Obviously this dude's played big baseball. You go back and watch what he did in the postseason, you get more excited. But then you do some research, to your point, and you see that that wasn't the norm. That was the exception to the rule that he established, that it took something to switch on for him, and it did switch on, and then he left to come to LSU. Can he carry that forward? I think the fact that we're not seeing a ton of a rotation in these scrimmages with like Simpson or Pearson taking third base out of the jump, and Caraway is kind of like your third base that's literally been established already, that tells me that he is showing his stability in the field. And that's also showing me that Jay is banking on him to continue what he left at Oregon State. I have him at 9th in the lineup. Yeah, so I know that's kind of conflicting statements, but
I have him at 8th. Like I don't see how he moves up any further than 7, 8, or 9 in this. Like you said, Mike, more to credit to his teammates than him being a bad hitter.
I'm excited for him. Let me just say that. I'm very excited that Caraway is on this team. I think it's more of like an icing on the cake type of transfer than a guy that we're like, hell yeah, we got Caraway in, this team's going to roll. Like that's not how I feel about Trent Caraway. I feel more of like, wow, that's a really solid transfer. Another supplement ad that's of high quality. That's what I would look at with Caraway.
I mean, he didn't necessarily offensively, like you're talking about where's he batting in the lineup, he really never lived up to that potential at Oregon State. I mean, they faced some guys over there too, pitching wise, and last year
have an injury. I don't know where I heard that. Didn't he have an injury
at some point in his career? I think he did. I don't know if it was like between senior year and freshman year of college. But I think the guy was drafted like 3 or 4 times. So like obviously everyone knows the potential there. He can obviously play great defense at third, which is not an easy thing to do. But he makes it look natural. And, he came through late in the season last year and just turned it up, was all tournament team, hitting 5 home runs in his regional. And I think he hit another one in Omaha or in the Supers. I know he had 6 total. Which was half of his total home runs. So maybe he's able to carry that over, into this year. And, he's finally in a, what you also can consider is guys like that is it's like, I know it's not as cold in Oregon at Oregon State as it is in like the Northeast. Right. But I'm sure it's still pretty cold.
Yeah, it's pretty cold.
So like some of those guys are able to come to Baton Rouge, and basically he can start training year-round outdoors and getting acclimated to the acclimatation. What was it? What was Brian Kelly's word? The climatization of the Baton Rouge.
I don't know if that's as big of a thing.
I'm going to call it more acclimatization to the climatization You know, but in the pitchers,
the technical
too,
and the tactical
for a lot of these guys, just something to consider for these transfers is like, because we got some North Dakota States, we got guys from all over that are probably like, wow, this is awesome. Like we've literally gotten practice outside every day. Walker's about to show up and hasn't practiced outdoors yet.
I would be shocked. Not shocked. It would surprise me if Caraway became one of our top hitters, right? Like that's something I'd say. Like I would be batting 300. I would be pleasantly surprised.
He's a righty, right?
Yes.
Mm-hmm. So I see. I've got Stanfield penciled in at 9. So then, therefore, I think Caraway ends up 7th because Jay loves right, left.
Yeah,
as much as possible.
I'll get to that.
Grant took that into consideration with his prediction.
I'll get to that, and it's a little different than just right, left, but we can discuss that when we actually talk about the lineup.
Yeah, because you have an overabundance of lefties.
One other point I want to make about Caraway is he's one of potentially, you know, offensively, he's one of Jay Johnson's like projects. Like that's his project this year. Just like he did with Braswell 2 years ago, and then like he did with Stanfield last year. I think Caraway is his project this year, and like let's see if he does just that an even 300, then I'm feeling really good about where we're at as a team.
Yeah,
you know, like that could, just like Stanfield. I didn't expect Stanfield to come in and bat 300 last year. You know, and if he
you just reminded me of somebody. You know, somebody that Jay recruited. That was a big time prospect who hadn't actualized his potential yet. A guy by the name of Paul Skeens.
Yeah, Caraway and Skeens is a great comparison.
They're basically the same guy. If you really think about it, Caraway only played third base and hit. Skeens at Air Force was hitting, 12, 14 home runs and throwing, 95, 96. He wasn't at the 98 to 102 range back then. So, yeah, I mean, I could see it. They're basically probably close to twin brothers.
I will say, I think, Daniel, you we talked about this last year, that like Stanfield is the most the most unathletic athletic person I've ever seen.
Yeah, it was always weird to me, but it worked.
It works. He always looks like he's about to bust his ass, though.
Yes, it was like
he's always kind of struggling.
He ends up with the catch. He ends up stealing the base, but it's just like he's
reminds me.
The angles don't make sense.
Reminds me of somebody me and Chip played high school football with. That was an All-American in McNeese. It didn't make sense, but it was the most athletic person.
Yeah, that's Stanny.
Off a lot. I like that though. He's definitely a former skater. Have you ever heard him talk? He definitely skateboarded or surfed.
I can see that. Yeah,
What's your next?
Here's another California.
Daniel,
no, he's Florida.
You running short on time, Grant?
No. I was just wondering if it was going to be Stanfield because we're already talking about it. But
well, no, we're going to go to the outfield, but I'm going to keep it simple because there's not a lot of questions about the outfield. The biggest question in the outfield, Chip, this one's yours. How many home runs will Curiel hit on the season?
Don't want to be super lib with it or conservative. I don't know. I think I'll go with 8.
8's a fair number.
And if
not conservative, not.
Do we all get to answer this after Chip goes?
Yeah, absolutely. Everybody should answer that.
I'm going left-wing liberal here. I'm going 13.
I love that. See, I mean, I respect that. I want to say that, but I don't want to be. I just don't want to. I'm going
to go an even 10 and just play it safe. He hits 10 and everybody's happy.
That bat speed is getting up there, and he's packed on 20 pounds. There was quite a few of those doubles that you pack on 20 pounds. We might be over the fence.
Wall a lot last year. Yeah,
I think some of those drop, and this is his money bag year. I don't know, boys. I'm going radical. I'm going 13.
We hit the wall a lot last year.
We did. We were banging walls.
The wall last year. I don't know.
We're gonna do.
Ben hated us last year.
We're probably gonna still hit a lot of those wall banging doubles, just because our team's not a lot of home runs. But they'll probably be last year we had 136 doubles and 103 home runs. Yeah, we played 70 games last year.
Do we hit over 100 home runs this
68.
year?
Yes.
I don't think so.
I think we do.
Last year had 103.
But I trust
103, and we played 68 games.
If
How
we
many
made
did
it,
Jared Jones have?
22. I don't know if we have any 22s on this team.
There's no 22s on the team.
But we might have a lot of 12s.
Yes.
Yeah,
I think the 12s will add up. And then, as Chance said, the biggest question is how will Braun get in the game in the outfield?
He's got a DH.
Yeah.
Well, somebody gets injured. You never know.
Yeah. Braun's a utility guy.
Or York
base.
struggles. He was recruited as the highest ranked first baseman. So like we're saying Braun's a right fielder or whatever. He's a true
Gurriel hit
first
7
baseman.
last year.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Why do I feel like it was like 4?
He hit 7 and 20 doubles.
I'm just not trying to jinx him, dude.
No, I like the conservative pick.
I like Mike's pick. I think Mike
Lacombe says he'll double it, so that's 14.
He needs to hit double digit home runs if he really wants to get drafted in the top 20 picks.
Oh yeah.
If he's below 10, then I see that he had a terrible year or he got hurt or something.
It depends on that average, dude. He stays on base.
Yeah,
What would
that's the difference between being a top 5 pick and being a top 20.
That's true.
Would you rather him bat 325 with 14 home runs or 410 with
410?
Yeah, exactly.
410 with
410 with 8. Yeah,
I think he can. I think he can bat 380 for a full season.
The thing is, one thing is, I don't know if he can because he's going to walk 107 times. So it's like his actual swinging opportunity. He's going to limit some of those opportunities there.
I love the long ball.
It's fun. It's the best part of baseball.
So I want 14 home runs and a 325 average.
I'm not going to be mad
with a shit ton of walks because you hit 14 home runs, they're going to start walking you even more. Did we lose Mike?
No, I'm back.
Yeah, there we are.
I'm back. I don't know what happened there.
Are we under attack?
It's possible.
No, it's this fucking neighborhood. It's Vexus.
I'm on the same neighborhood, same Vexus, and I haven't dropped.
You're on a different line, brother.
I don't even know what Vexus is.
It's a provider.
Next question here. Starting pitching, since the starting pitching has been announced, the rotation for week 1 for the first 3 games. This one's to Grant. Grant, will William Schmidt be in the starting rotation at the end of the season? Will he be a weekend starter?
I think I basically said that yesterday, was that I hope he can be. But what that also means is either 2 things have to happen. Then we're not going to have a lefty in the rotation, which would concern me, or Evans or Moore doesn't work out. You know what I mean? So I don't know. I'm scared.
I think he's a Sunday guy.
I know, and then that's what I'm saying. Either we're not going to have another lefty.
Gotcha.
If he's in the lineup with, and maybe that's not a big deal. I don't know. Maybe I'm overthinking.
I think we have a lot of lefties behind them, though.
No, I know, but maybe I'm overthinking the fact that Evans, Moore, and Schmidt would be, 3 righties. But I think it does make a huge difference when you have 1 lefty minimum in your weekend rotation. Like I'd love to go back and look at championship teams that had 3 righties all season in their rotation versus mixing it up a little bit.
2023, right?
I guess so. Who was our?
We didn't have a Sunday starter, right?
We did a lot of different shit. He was a Saturday.
It was Skeens and Floyd.
Yeah, but what Thatcher heard? Did he was a righty?
Well, he's a righty too, right?
Mm-hmm. Right. So maybe that debunks my. I mean, but also you had.
I said that I don't remember where I said that, and somebody corrected me.
I wouldn't put Evans and Skeens on the same boat. You know what I mean? Like that's 2 different guys.
No. Well, I think the hope is, and I should have seen this coming because I had predicted Schmidt to start the Monday game, but I should have seen this coming because Jay has always given the high ceiling guys more of a leash.
Right.
And like I could see Jay's thought process being like, if we're gonna win the national championship, we need William Schmidt to be the guy.
See, now my prediction was Cooper Moore would start every weekend this year. Like that was my prediction.
I think Grant's correct in thinking that Cooper Moore is more ready at this moment than William Schmidt is. But my take was that Schmidt will start this weekend because Jay is a mind game guy and he wants Schmidt to get over this fucking mental hump. Yeah. And he's giving him the start and he's hoping he pulls it out. And if he pulls it out, that's his guy. Because Jay has been on the soapbox for William Schmidt ever since he signed him out of Catholic.
Yeah. Well, he didn't know he was getting him. And kind of back to what Chip said earlier is like, listen to what we're talking about. Like, I think this is a great problem to have is, I don't know how the players feel about it, but it's like, you know, I'm a little nervous about this stuff, but like, are we really nervous? Like, these are dudes. Like, all these guys can start. Like, you know, Jay's been putting this roster together for 4 years now, like we just talked about. And Schmidt's one of those guys. You know, like Schmidt's a guy that now he bleeds purple and gold. It probably didn't matter who the coach was going to be. At some point, he was going to commit to LSU. In that, I think that's the mental aspect. I think I was listening. I think Moscona was it, or no, I think it was Hunt today. Was like Schmidt needs to just get over that. Like Paul Skeens didn't really care if he had purple and gold on, right? You know, Bregman at one point, like they didn't care. Like, you know, Curiel purple and gold may or may not mean something. It means a whole hell of a lot to Schmidt. Like that's, you know, that's something that
it is just like Dardar too.
Yeah, like just growing up, I think being and putting that pressure on yourself, especially as a pitcher, like every pitch you're in the box type of thing, like your camera's on you, your family's there, your friends are there. Yeah, I mean, Anderson, yes. I think Schmidt, all the stories say that like Schmidt literally lived that Alex box growing up. So, you know, it'd be so awesome for him. Personally, I would love Schmidt to be the Friday guy. Like,
well, I think that's what Jay really wants.
Like we're talking about all this. It's like, I want him to be the Friday guy, and all the other stuff won't matter
anymore. Dude, a 1-2 of Schmidt, Evans, like
in whoever, in all these other guys,
same day, you're fucked.
Because remember in 24 how Jay gave Thatcher Hurd such a leash.
Yeah,
because he was like, if we're gonna be good, it's gonna be behind Thatcher Hurd. Well, it turned out the real answer was Gage Jump and Luke Holman, but he gave Hurd such a leash, and that's kind of why we got in the hole there for a while.
Oh, he gave Ianson a leash all year, and it Ianson was the guy that like would start off, and you'd be like, God, here we go again, and then you look up, and it's 8-9 innings in, and he's just mowing people down.
Yeah, 12 strikeouts. It's like,
I think Schmidt's that guy. You just got to let him get in that rhythm and get over that mental hurdle, find the command, and then he's just going to be lights out. It's going to happen. I think it's going to happen for Schmidt. He's going to try to force it this first weekend to ride his most recent scrimmage performance, which was lights out. And I think Jay thinks, hey, he turned a corner here. Let me ride this. Let's capitalize on this and make him think you figured something out. Now go do it again, right? And if he does it again against Milwaukee this weekend, I think that's when Jay starts thinking, okay, you're a weekend guy, but can you be the best in the rotation now moving forward? I feel like that's his plan. I think it will happen eventually. We'll see how long it takes.
Yeah.
I think he comes around. I really do.
Yeah.
And maybe that's just a fan in me. But I think every year there's a guy like this that just, you know, Jay just, I mean, he's got it. You know, he's just the man. He's the best in college baseball. He's not even arguable anymore. He's gonna get the best out of all his players, as they would die for him, and that's the sign.
Anytime I've questioned a decision of Jay, it's come back to bite me. It's like he was right. He was like, this was a good move. It took a little bit, but like that. Now we're holding a trophy. Like it's
starting Paul Skeens against Tulane in that regional.
That was but you know what? He won, and I mean,
we won the national championship.
Yeah,
we would have won that regional
on earth. Like he's fine.
No, last year it was Connor Ware.
Connor Ware,
yeah. I forgot about
and it's like in the end, it all worked out.
This dude doesn't sleep. He knows what he's doing.
Yes.
He's very much
or
across the street. So
the other example was Jared Jones batting 2-hole. Everyone's like, "What are we doing here?" Or like, changing up the lineup every other game, and it's like, trust it. Like,
the thing I love about Jay is, I mean, he is a whiny motherfucker during the season at the umps, man. Like, he gets in Blues faces all game, challenges everything. If there was a challenge flag, he would be ripping that thing out every game. Be fantastic to watch. He fights for his guys.
Got to. You put that much time into it, I get it. Like he puts that much time and effort into coaching. He
plays those petty games, like you take a timeout, I'm walking out, and I'm just milking this. Like he loves playing those games.
Dirtbagger.
Oh,
he's a dirtbagger. He's just
He does need to find some like form-fitting baseball gear. That's my only.
He's an odd shape.
I have said that. I feel like he could go with some tighter pants.
Yeah.
I feel like he could go with some tighter pants, but you know what?
That's his thing. Let him do it.
Wait, we're talking about Jay? I was checking my phone for a second.
Yeah.
Okay.
Jay Johnson's uniform.
Coaches wearing uniforms is stupid to begin with, so he might as well look like a clown.
But they're huge. His is like XXX.
Like, he's comfortable.
And the hat's too big.
I don't mind his shirt. I like how he wears the pullover. I think
pullover's fine. The pants are too big and the hat just doesn't fit. Like, we gotta maybe give it a little bit of a bend.
Hat. I think I like his kind of hat style. A little 90s, a little Dr. Dre-ish.
Yeah, maybe you're right. Maybe some tighter pants, and that's a tough thing to quote. So maybe let's move on. But I think you know what I mean.
The last thing I'll say about Schmidt, not that we're sellouts on this podcast, but Schmidt's mom started following us this week. So
very nice.
I'm all in on William Schmidt. So
did y'all clip a Schmidt clip or something?
No, we did talk about him last week, and it happened after.
You weren't talking Schmidt about him, were you?
I was not talking Schmidt.
Who gave me a follow last year after I tweeted about him like 50 times? It was the dude. I already forgot his name. Our boy that was an outfielder that just blew up on the scene after a couple years. We've been begging him. Big dude. Like, this is crazy. I'm forgetting his name.
Joe Bear?
No, last year.
Oh, last year. Damn, I'm usually good at this.
We were like fingers crossed, hoping he'd come back. Fry. Ethan Fry's mom was all about my Twitter account.
That's funny.
That's a good one.
I wouldn't. Looks like would have been a badass football player too.
Fry was awesome. I can't believe I forgot his name, but he's the best.
Yeah.
Oh, there's your boy. There's your boy.
We'll get to Oops in a second. We're busy talking about the 8-time national champions, LSU Baseball.
I'm okay if the chat wants to block him.
Chip, don't acknowledge it yet. We'll get there in a minute.
Oops, we're gonna get to that, and eventually he will get blocked because I'm gonna fire his ass up.
All right, Mike. Middle relief's your topic here.
Oh boy, middle relief. Okay, I got
a specific question.
My bad. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I didn't want to put you too much on the spot. Okay. It's probably not going to happen against Milwaukee. Maybe it does. First time, first Friday night of the season where we're truly in a bases loaded jam. Throw righty lefty hypotheticals out of the equation. Who's the first guy out of the bullpen in a bases loaded situation? Sixth inning. First guy out of the 10.
So the starter got us to the 6th.
This is my question.
It's a Friday night. Who's your first arm out of the bullpen in a tough situation?
Was it Evans?
Yeah, so Evans is starting. Take your starters out of the equation.
Who's your first guy out of the pen? And are we talking, who do I think that's going to be your Friday night first guy out mid-season or Friday?
Oh, on a Friday.
By any time this year.
Yeah, so let's say
Garcia, Santiago Garcia. I think Garcia comes out. I think he is. There's so many, man. Like it's hard to say one. I'll give you 3. Let me give you 3.
Well, do righty lefty.
Okay.
If it's a lefty.
Yeah, so your lefty's Garcia. If it's a righty,
I got to give you 3. I'm giving you Garcia, Newton, Cowan. I think those 3 guys are going to be your middle relief guys. I think Cowan could be a starter if there's shakiness on the weekend as well.
Mm-hmm.
But he is a middle relief guy. I think Newt, they want to see big things from Newt. I think the lefty dominance from Garcia, he's your first lefty out. I know you said take righty lefty out. And if I had to name one, I'm going Garcia. but those other two are right up there.
Grant, do you agree? Chip, do you agree?
Absolutely. I think he kind of I was talking about it at work today. Kind of I think the exact same thing Mike just said.
I'm going to put a curveball in there. I'll put a curveball in there.
It's not a curveball because there's a lot of guys. Like there's 3 or 4 more.
Guys.
I'm making a joke. It's baseball, but a guy we didn't even name yet and who I had in the starting rotation, potentially Cooper Moore. If your weekend starters,
you're right. Wait.
I had to debate you here.
Wait, I did forget about Cooper
Williams.
Moore. I thought we were talking about Cooper Moore.
Well, Cooper Moore's out of the equation.
Williams. Lefty Williams.
Okay.
Lefty Williams.
I thought we were considering him a weekend starter. I apologize.
Right. No, but I'm with you on Garcia. I just had to say it was Williams, and the chat is obviously correcting. Not Moore. Cooper Williams.
Not Moore. We're talking Cooper Williams.
No, but here's the thing. This would be a good problem, and for Mike too. So if the rotation, the weekend rotation ends up being Evans, Moore, Schmidt, then I do think Cooper Williams is probably ahead of Garcia.
I agree with that. I forgot about him
position
because I was thinking about your starters.
Now, if it's flip flopped, obviously, I think, and again, just goes back. We'll keep saying this all pod is like that's a great problem. We have 2 lefties we could trust in that situation. Now, for the righty, how many outs do they need to get?
Bases loaded. Let's say 2 outs.
2 outs. They need 1 out. That might change Mike's response if they just need to get 1. I'm probably not putting Newton there in a righty situation to get 1 out that late. Like at that point, I'm probably putting Rizzi in.
But you can bring him back the next inning too, because it's like the 6th inning.
I just don't know if I trust Newt to just be like, hey, I want him to start a fresh inning. If it was who's going to start that 6th inning to get me 3 outs, I would probably go with Newt. If it's the base is loaded and 2 outs, I'm going to say, hey, Rizzi, gas that thing up, baby. You know what I mean? Like, I think that's it. I know I just threw your whole scenario a little bit for a loop there. Another good problem to have because those are all names you're going to hear all season long.
Daniel, the answer is Cooper Williams. If we're talking like what we just followed up with Schmidt, Moore, and Evans being your starters, Cooper Williams is.
But here's the thing: this weekend, though, who's actually starting Monday? Like we don't know. Now Moscona today. Did y'all hear who he said he thinks is going to start Monday?
Clicks.
No. Chip clicks.
Gavin Guidry.
I have been hearing that they've been
that's not that bad.
And I'm like, I hope that's not like a season-long thing. Like, I'm okay if that's just
Jay being like, hey, you want to be a starter? I'll give you a Monday.
I hope that's like, look, but I want Gavin to come in on Friday or Saturday to like, hey, you missed the whole year. Let's come enjoy this atmosphere on a weekend. You know what I mean? Like, I want him to feel that again, not just some Monday start that doesn't mean anything.
What I heard that Guidry wanted to transfer before last season so that he could continue to be an infielder. And Jay might have promised him or the opportunity.
And last year he tried, he got hurt, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, he could have been on the rotation.
So that's not a wild prediction because
it's not wild. I'm just talking about all the arms we're talking about. But also, if that's the case, then yeah, Williams will probably follow up Evans on Friday.
Yeah, I think
I would actually like to see. I would like it to be Evans following up on Friday, or Williams follow Evan on Friday. Garcia follow Moore on Saturday. Like that should be the right, left. Just like last year we did. Evans followed up. What's his name? Anderson, and then Cowan followed up Ianson. We kind of did that. Those were our 4 pitchers there last year, and it worked out. I could see Jay trying something like that again.
I know we're going long on this, and I know you probably have more questions about pitchers.
I only got one more.
But we had our conversation yesterday, and that's why I was looking at my sheet and totally missed on Williams. I had my top 6 guys that could be weekend starters, right? And so Grant and I kind of flip-flopped on William Schmidt and then Cooper Williams. My other 2 were Cowan and Newt. And so those are my total 6 like potential starters. And then that middle relief is where I dove into Garcia. And that's why I added Garcia and Newt and Cowan to that list there. But I've got 6 middles, right? And that's Garcia, Sharon, Theophilus, Lachenmeyer, Paz, and Benj. That's who I like in the middle. Closers, Guidry, Rizzi.
So the next question, Chip, who do you think is going to be the closer?
Probably, I'm probably not the right person. I see. I didn't follow all the scrimmages like they all do, so I'm probably going to say a stupid thing, and Paul's probably going to yell at me. Everyone's probably going to yell at me. So.
No, they're yelling at me.
No, Oops has got him distracted.
Look, this is a safe space.
Thank you. Y'all kill Oops. And Oops, I would say I thought Rizzi was, and I thought what's his? I think there's plenty of arms to do that, you know.
My original pick was Sheeran, but then I heard Rizzi's touching 100. Is that right, Grant?
I thought because of
I heard Sheeran's also touching 100.
Paul,
so they're both touching 100. Then I think we have 2 closers.
To name this episode Paul,
because we've said Paul so many times now, and so I've called Jay Paul twice.
So many Pauls.
No,
yeah.
I think we end
up.
But
Jay loves somebody who throws gas at the end.
I think Rizzi and Sheeran.
I'm right. All right.
I think Rizzi and Sheeran end up being your I don't think we just say, hey, this is the closer. I think it's going to be like maybe one's a Friday closer, one's a Saturday closer. You know, we'll have starter on a Friday, starter on a Saturday. Then you have Cooper Moore, Garcia following them up, and then you have Rizzi, Sheeran on those. You know, those 6 I think is like if you want to go win a game, if you want to go win 2 games on the weekend, like that's the 6 guys, and that's the order you put them in.
Yeah, but Jay historically loves this.
You fill the gaps in if you get into some trouble, but like I think that's your 6 best. Like, hey, you need to go win. Now, I'm not talking about Omaha. I'm talking about to just win. Like to get to Omaha, you have to win a lot of games. And that's what we did last year was he lined up the Friday, Saturday, 4 to 6 man rotation with literally only that many people. And we won a lot of Friday, Saturday, won a lot of series with just, you know, our starters going through the 6th, bringing in a setup guy, and then closing them out. You know, we did it on those back-to-back games. Sundays were just atrocious, you know, at one point in the year. And then that's when we really figured out that Chase Shores was that guy towards the end, you know?
Absolutely. I think it's like the same thing with golf, you know, maybe at least me with it being a terrible golfer, you know, I want to 2-putt, you know, and it's the same. If you 2-putt, you're gonna have a pretty solid score for me.
We have a lag putting baseball team on the back end.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Rizzi dominated the Cape Cod lead. I don't know if Cape Cod is still like a big league in the off season, but apparently he was like unhittable. I don't think anyone got a hit on him.
I do like our options to go and sweep people this year. I think we have a lot more capable arms on Sunday. So we use up those 6 arms, right, on Friday and Saturday. We have a lot more capable arms to potentially figure it out on Sunday and midweek games than we had last year. Yeah, now we don't have the starters. Like it's hard to predict that we have 2 guys to win 12 games again this year. But you know, I think we have a better opportunity to win Sunday games this year. And maybe we lose some Friday games this year, but that's okay because I feel like our Sunday guys should be better than our opponent's Sunday guys. You know, we have more quality arms left in the bullpen.
I'm reading
back from 19. He's been on the team since 1980.
Him and Grant Fontenot have been on the team since Smoke Laval was here.
Silver War.
Wasn't Fontenot the one that like he was on the team and left and came back? He was on.
He was on the team. He went to Texas. He quit baseball.
Really?
And the only way he was going to come back to baseball was if it was LSU and Jay Johnson called him and he played baseball again. And now they're saying he's throwing 95, 96. I don't know where it's going. Like maybe he's just on the bench cheerleading, but like, hey, I'm happy to have a guy throw 95, 96.
You always need a good Fontenot in that dugout.
He's a fifth.
There's always a fun.
The amount of fifth year and fourth year players on this roster, like that's something I'm excited about. Like you have a lot of juniors and seniors on this team, and it's like if you're going to try to repeat or make it back to Omaha again, like that's a good thing to have. It's just a lot of experience, a lot of older guys to kind of do things the right way. Hopefully, lead the younger guys to do things the right way, and that's that building block for just keep continuing to build the future of the program.
That's a great point because I think in 2024, that's kind of what we lacked.
We didn't have that.
No, we didn't have that. We were young.
The culture wasn't quite built yet, and I think last year we like solidified it. Where it's like, hey, we don't have to rely on Paul Skeens to do this thing, and Dylan Cruz, like in Morgan, like we're going to do it a different way, and with freshmen and other people, and
Timu says, and we always have a Pearson too.
Yep,
we did.
Yep, absolutely.
Don't forget about Zach Pearson, spelled differently.
Mm.
You remember Zach Pearson, Grant?
Person.
It was spelled Person.
Spelled Person. Yeah, he came on the pod.
He came on y'all's pod?
I think he did at one point.
Yeah.
He's my co-coach for T-ball.
Is he really?
Nice. Yeah.
He knows Nick and RJ.
I'll have to tell him. He knows you?
This was like 2018.
He may or may not remember coming on the pod.
I'll ask him.
He'll remember.
We got T-ball tomorrow night. We got a lot to talk about.
He might know like Pod of Geauxld, or maybe ask him if he knows any guys from Patterson.
Where's he from?
I don't know, but he just knew Nick and RJ, I think, in college.
Okay.
They were like the cleat chasers of the baseball team.
Yeah. Not a bad
thing. Chance says talk about Dax.
I don't know much about Dax Doth. Or is it Doth? Dath?
What a name, dude.
Dax
fucking all-name team right there.
I think there's a lot of those guys, like that are still, we still haven't really talked about.
Fifth year senior, we can talk about that.
That are coming in that we're going to see, and I think Dax is certainly one of those guys. He didn't make my top 14 or top 11.
He started his career he started his career at Texas Tech, if that tells you anything. So like, there's potential there.
Dathe.
It's D-A-T-H-E is the way you spell it, but that's the pronunciation.
My favorite thing to do the beginning of every season is to click on the pronunciation and hear Chris Blair over-pronunciate it.
I miss Hawthorne.
Oh God.
Maggie Magalea.
This is a debate.
Like
Daniel hates Hawthorne.
I fucking hated Hawthorne at the end. Baseball games were unlistenable.
Do you hate him now?
He was a basketball guy. That's why.
I would do anything to have Hawthorne back. Anything.
He was
voice.
It was terrible in basketball. It was annoying to listen to.
He was terrible at everything.
Because you would.
He fucked up every call that was.
I don't want this sterile.
Like, no, I have nothing. I love Hawthorne.
I hear you on that.
Me against Hawthorne.
You need color. You need color and the color commentary.
Well, he's white.
The greatest call in LSU football history,
outside
of Billy Cannon.
I
fucked it up.
Yeah, but
he was excited. He was in it. He had that emotion.
He said white guy's name for Jeffrey Henderson
because he's a fan. That's the point. Like, I like that.
Yeah. He was.
Listen, it's baseball season. I can't wait for our boy. What's his name?
Chris Blair?
No.
The pitcher. You're talking about
Doug Thompson?
No. The
Buzzy
Ben McDonald,
the Cox TV guy.
Oh,
Lynn Rollins.
He's also a fan of LSU.
Love Lynn.
Yeah.
You don't see my shirt.
I just like the guys with like the iconic voices that are just like love it. But I mean, listen. It's a new day.
Up and kiss that one goodbye.
Blair is a professional, and he's probably better from a professional level. But
a lot of Lynn Rollins love in the chat.
Lynn Rollins is awesome. And all last season when I first got into AI, I was doing this Lynn Rollins descriptor in AI to make the image, and it was like he threw that ball like a corn dog through an onion ring, or I don't know what, and I would just make that image and tweet it out. He had some good ones. That's a fun game to play. So do it this year. Go to ChatGPT and just type in whatever Lynn's saying and spit out an image. It's really fun.
He was the former voice of Tulane.
He was.
The voice of Tulane.
I rode in an elevator with him and what was his name? Bowser. Greg Bowser.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Him and Bowser used to call CST.
Oh yeah.
Games, the Hornets games.
Oh, yeah.
They would do all kind of random games. And
Grant, who's your boy? Who's your boy? The main baseball guy on ESPN.
Scott or
no.
From Stanford. What's his name?
Kyle Peterson.
Kyle Peterson. He always starts with that.
This guy.
Chip hates Kyle Peterson.
No, it's not Kyle Peterson. I hate the Tennessee guy.
You hate Berkey too.
Oh, Berkey. No, I don't mind Berkey.
That's because Berkey messed with your sister's friend.
I'll say this: out of all the things ESPN does, I do.
No, that's the picture. She's married.
They have a fun group of college baseball guys. I feel like I don't know. I like those guys and like when Ben McDonald's with them, like because I feel like he's at the top of that list. I mean, he calls MLB games. You know.
Yeah.
He's the most respected.
I guess it's just West Coastness annoys me, and my dad's taught me to hate him because my dad hates Stanford, man. So he was a big Stanford guy. So.
Can we all agree that Lynn Rollins is better than Hawthorne?
I don't even think it's even. I think they remind me of the same people.
They're like the same people.
Yeah,
but Lynn Rollins is more polished.
Remember when I was young, I was so confused.
Here we go.
About those two, like thinking that they actually look the same.
I thought they looked the same too. And Jim Henderson looked kind of like them too.
Yeah.
The Saints guy.
Miss Jim. I miss that guy.
It's hard because Lynn's still around. You know, I think he's still got a ways to go.
Hawthorne, it's nostalgia.
And Lynn's not calling our national.
I think Dan would take my opinion though, because I am like those are like my idols, like Larry Munson, what was the Mississippi State, Jack Crystal. Like I like the voices.
Nostalgic, man.
I've said, Chip, that
it's not a big deal. I'm just kidding with you.
I said I understand why you say that, but it's he brought a flavor to the game that Chris Blair lacks.
Yeah.
Chris Blair is too professional.
Well, that's well said, Daniel.
My issue with Hawthorne is he fucked up so many calls, and he would openly complain about the baseball games being too long.
I didn't like him. I didn't like him at the end of the baseball. I can agree, but I can remember him whenever I'm driving with my dad in 1990 to go watch us get beat 20-7 against Ole Miss or something like that. I think it was something like that, and just driving down, coming from Mandeville and seeing the tall light posts that they have, and you hear Hawthorne's voice. Well, you know.
Yeah, it brings you.
Yes, I understand that.
Yeah. I think that's more.
It might be more nostalgia.
It's nostalgic. Yeah, and you're right, Daniel. He at the end, but he was pretty good at basketball. That was what he was.
Yeah, I actually do think he was good at basketball.
Wait. What was the Auburn guy for? He's like, we were like down. It's like in Orion. Daniel and I were listening to it in like 2000 senior year of high school, and we really needed to win this game to get like our. It was right before, I forget what it was. He's like, and for buried it. And you're like, fuck.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
But Ben and Lynn are a great combo.
Insanely good.
They're gold.
Them on a Friday night of a big series.
The national like college baseball, like people that follow college baseball around the country love those two together. Like it's not just an LSU thing.
The problem with our guy now, you know,
I was about to ask about him. I had a question about that. Chris Blair.
Yeah, the problem with Blair though, like you don't know if we're going over the fence or if it was a pop fly sometimes. You just don't know.
Way back,
and it's gone. That's all right, man. Thanks.
Let me ask you this.
He's a cool guy too, by the way, and I think he's got a.
He's fallen in love with it. He's written it. It's just LSU is a group of characters. We always have characters from coaches to announcers.
He's very buttoned up.
Yeah, and he's great at what he does. He's an ultimate professional. He's just too sterile for my liking as an LSU guy. That's all.
So
I want the Larry Munson. We're 3/4 yards from the first down. Like,
it's very rare for someone to be insulted because they're too good at their job. And that's
I remember the first game I ever heard him call was a baseball game on the radio. And I remember thinking, I feel like I'm watching the MLB Network.
Yeah.
It's so professional. I mean, he's great.
Yeah.
That's like, what am I? Like,
yeah, it's like we're insulting a guy because he's too good at his job. And it's like we need a character that's going to have some flaws, that's going to be too invested, that's going to fucking lose his mind if there's a bad call. Like, that's what I want. I don't want Jim Nantz calling my baseball games. You know, like, I'm going to fall asleep.
Hello, friends.
I'm going to take a nap.
We're almost there.
Yeah. No, I agree. And I think I wonder, and I guess we'll only know when y'all's kids get older. I wonder if their guy will be
Chris Blair.
So my question, I've been trying to get this question out.
Hopefully he won't be there.
Is there a generation of guys younger than us right now that are like, God, Chris Blair, man, like nostalgia. Like they're gonna be saying this.
Yeah, Matthew.
Misa.
You know, I think that like that's all they have. Like he's been here almost a decade now, right? Like
I got no comment on the Matthew Musso thing.
What is that your guy? Is that y'all's guy? Has he been on?
No, he's not been on.
Okay. I was friendly fire. Okay. So
I just don't want to say anything negative. So I'm just refrain from
there's
commenting.
nothing negative.
Run in the same
I'm just
circles
saying
as
he's
Baton
young and he probably looks
No, I don't run in the same circles.
It's Daniel's neighbor now. Okay.
He probably I don't think Musso lives in Daniel's neighborhood.
No, I don't I don't run in the same circles as Musso. There's one guy that I criticized the other night, and I used one of those clips and posted it the other day, and my wife goes, "Why did you say that?" I'm like, I said he was a good guy, talking about Moscona.
Oh, dude,
everything. So it's
we do run in that circle now.
You have to check us these days because we fire from the hip. It's been 10 years running for our podcast. We've been called out too many times for me to care. So no harm, no foul. I'm not trying to call anybody out. I actually praised John Eads like crazy last night.
Oh, John Eads is awesome.
He's the best.
Yeah, listen, I will always say this, and this is not Daniel's take. This is my take. So if you're going to criticize, don't criticize me. I think the LSU sports media is bad, but I do think we have two of the best. So I think Jacques and Eads are top notch, you know,
for baseball. Yeah, I know those guys cover baseball.
I love this too, and I could listen to them two all day talk, especially baseball.
Yeah, it's exciting when they're on the scene. It's great.
Although Flynn and Hester are growing on me.
I have a 10 or 15 minute window in the mornings now when I drop my kid off and I listen to them, and they're not even talking about sports half the time. And I'm just like cracking up. I'm like, this is actually more enjoyable than anyone that was in this morning slot.
They're actually they've gotten into a good groove. They don't talk a whole lot of sports, but like that's what makes Flynn good.
And they say that. They say like we don't talk any sports anymore. Like they're like we're two old football players that don't talk about football anymore. Like that's their thing.
Yeah.
Again, I'm getting a 15 to maybe 20 minutes of their content, and I'm like, okay, I've enjoyed this way more than T-Bob and Jordy or whoever was in the morning.
Speaking of 15 to 20, I might be hitting
all right,
the wall soon.
Okay, so we're done with baseball. I was going to ask about lineups, but we've gone over. So let's move on to the next topic. Grant,
do you want to get? I mean, you're the guy on the clock.
We got to talk about Ole Miss here.
We do.
Yeah, no, we're good.
We do.
Yeah, no, I can go. I was just.
No, you can go on the lineup, or you're leaving.
Either.
No, do not go.
That's your decision. I'm not like.
I say you stay. We talk about Ole Miss. Having a kangaroo court today in Mississippi.
I'm gonna put my lineup in the private chat so you can see it, Daniel.
Heck yeah, man, that's awesome.
Let's do that, and we'll tweet it out. How about?
I'm excited about this. I'm honestly excited about Trinidad Chambliss' situation because Ole Miss is about to get the Will Wade LSU treatment from the NCAA, and I'm here for it. It's going to be glorious. They are going to rain hell on Oxford, Mississippi. They're going to make their life a living hell. They're also not going to win this appeal. It's going to be hilarious at the end of the day when he may not even be able to play, and they just fuck this kid's future, all because of one game on September 19th. This is all revenge for Lane Kiffin, and they're using this kid as a pawn to get it. If they would have granted this waiver immediately, he's our starting quarterback. They drug this shit out just to get back at Lane to prevent him from getting him. And then at the last second, they do this fucking Elmer Fudd stupid show in bumfuck Mississippi. Did anybody watch this trial?
I watched clips of it. I didn't watch like extended parts of it, but it makes everybody in Mississippi look fucking retarded.
It's so bad. It's so bad. Signing autographs during recess, like it was wild. And the judge sitting up there just crying at the end about how like he's saving this kid's life by giving him a 6th year of college football so he can go make millions at Ole Miss just for one game.
It was
like it's so wild. I am so happy though if he does eventually, if they do win this appeal, which is inevitable to happen, right? That they're going to continue down this trial situation. It's not over.
They're done. Trinidad's done.
It's not done. They're
done.
No.
The NCAA is the ones now that needs to file the appeal.
Correct.
That's what I'm saying.
That's what I was saying.
They're taking it to Supreme Court.
I was asking if you were talking about is Trinidad appealing again or is the NCAA?
Why would Trinidad appeal? He won.
That's what I'm saying. I was just making. I was trying to follow.
Or was it a temporary restraining order? Was it a temporary injunction or a?
Well, this is the 19th time.
It's an injunction, and they're going to continue on. And by the time they come to an ultimate decision, he'll be gone. But the point is, they're continuing on here. You never know what could happen. Ultimately, at the end of the day, if he does play, I want them at full strength for week 3. I want that to happen. More than anything. I don't want them trotting out Deuce Night and them having this excuse. Well, the NCAA fucked us because Trinidad.
They're going to do that. That's going to happen regardless.
Oh, I want that to happen. I want them leading up to the LSU game to have Chambliss, and then he gets a court order comes down and he can't play, and we beat him by 40. That's what I want.
They are so blind to the fact that Lane Kiffin was a good coach. Like they act as if this is like a Pete Golding thing, Joe Judge in this new OC, like as if Trinidad is the best quarterback to ever fucking grace our planet, that he doesn't need coaching anymore, that he can just roll in next season and win a Heisman and go undefeated is absolutely hysterical. If you do not think that Lane Kiffin has not been planning for them to give him his best shot when he returns to Oxford, you are out of your mind. This is going to be the most epic week 3 we have ever seen. It is theatrics. The entire world is laughing at Ole Miss right now for how stupid this whole situation is, how desperate it looks. They are the Karens of college football. It is a joke.
Yeah, they were a sympathetic figure like 2 months ago. And
I felt bad for these guys at first. I really did. When this all started,
they're the villains of college football.
They're a joke.
Y'all, they've been a joke forever. This.
I know, and I never felt this way about Ole Miss until recently, where it's like, wait a minute. We can't take your coach? Who the hell are you? What hardware are you hanging up in your trophy cases?
Championship banners.
Yeah, it's wild, man. It's wild. I used to feel this way about Alabama for a very long time. Ole Miss has absolutely surpassed that by far because they have no leg to stand on. Like they are a Karen version of A&M, and it's crazy to me that they have nothing to stand on for it.
Dude, my family's all Ole Miss fans, like my mom's side, big time, and they were just as dude, they were just the logic. There's no logic in their thinking.
I feel bad for Trinidad Chambliss.
I have nothing against their players.
I feel bad for Trinidad that they are dragging him through this process, all for revenge on Lane Kiffin. It's insane.
We're talking about a school who's famous for a race riot. That's what they're famous for.
Because the judges like that we saw today.
Yes, Strong Thurman as their judge, or Robert Byrd, or whoever it is. I don't know. There's the second coming of him. But it's
a precedent that's being set, and I everyone knew this would happen. Like there was a reason for this trial. Like that was the funniest part about this. Everybody hanging on the edge of their seats. Like, what's it going to be? What's the verdict? It's like
about the trial that was in a closet.
Yeah, there's a reason the
Yeah.
NCAA guys were like, yeah, we're out of here. Like, this is a joke. You guys are dapping up each other as we're talking. He was like up in the fucking crowd in the back during certain points of the trial. It was a joke. It was an absolute joke. And I think that is what people are mad about. It's like now you've got this spectacle. Pavia wasn't a big deal until he got the extra year. We've been able to follow the Chambliss shit up until this point after being denied, 17 times. So now it's such a spectacle. And then you have, like I said, fucking Honorable Benjamin Mintz making this decision for Trinidad Chambliss. Now it just opens Pandora's box. That's why people are pissed. It's not about Ole Miss and Trinidad. It's about saying the NCAA already fucked themselves. I'm not giving any credit to the NCAA here. They screwed this up years ago. Mm-hmm. But the problem now is we have gotten so far down this road where we've got cameras in these trials in the hometown of a judge that graduated from Ole Miss making the decision for a quarterback is insane. That's the problem. And there's no going back, though. There's no going back until there's regulation.
No, there's no going back until the Big Ten and the SEC split apart.
I don't even want that.
You don't want that to happen?
No, I like the fact that there's 100 teams. Like I'm not, and it's not, and not just. I think now if they add like a West, East, North, South, like a NFL type thing, I'm all good with it. But I want Oregon State to be back in. Like I want the big colleges being. Give me 65 teams. I don't need 100, but give me at least.
Well, after 20, I tweeted about this today at Nick Diaz, who was coming at me about my Will Wade takes. And I told him, I'm like, the ACC is not going to exist beyond 2030.
That's a good point.
Because Clemson and Florida State are leaving. They'll probably go to the SEC. Then the Big Ten will expand. The SEC will expand and just swallow up everything that's left.
Yeah. And
then you break away from the NCAA. It
depends on what it looks like. That's what I'm saying. Like, I get it. And I get why you would do that. But like, is it just Big Ten and SEC football playing each other? Or is it?
It's going to be the AFC and the NFC and the NFL.
Yeah. Okay.
That's all it's going to be.
And they're going to, and within those sections, they're going to make like a SEC West, SEC East type thing.
Yeah, if there's 20 teams, then North, South, East, West.
On board with that. It just depends on how it looks to me. There's a lot of factors that factors in it. Or if you have a soccer thing where you get
Premier League,
Yeah.
Chance says Chip loves those Beavers.
Oh, I do. Actually,
it's all
no
about
Gail Benson jokes. No
Chip, it's all about the money. So when someone finally agrees and figures out this whole money thing, it's going to be SEC is going to have 20 teams committed. The Big Ten is going to have 20 teams committed. You're going to have 40 to 50 teams in this super. It's going to be unrecognizable.
For sure.
And everyone keeps all the people like us, the powerful media members like ourselves. Or continue to bring this up, and it's like, when is it actually going to happen? How far away are we?
I think 2030 when the ACC is done.
Yeah, I mean, clearly it's not going to be. The cases don't matter. I mean, hell, look at Trinidad. You can have a sore throat for a week and get an extra year.
I honestly had no idea. What was it? Tonsillitis.
You wouldn't understand it by listening today.
I didn't know.
Were you ever able to understand the word tonsillitis from that judge today? That was just the most amazing dialect I have ever heard try to pronounce medical terminology. And like, he made it a point to wait an hour to deliver this verdict because he wanted to spit out the word tonsillitis like 75 times to make it a point that it wasn't a sore throat. He said he couldn't breathe. Like, his airway was obstructed. Like, get out, dude. Unreal.
I honestly thought it was like a shoulder injury, like a knee injury, like it was something, like a minor injury. I had no idea it was tonsillitis until today.
Yeah. So there's a linebacker that got approved from he played for USC for 5 years, then he went to Montana, the Grizzlies.
Yeah, he's getting his 9th year.
Yeah, and but listen, this isn't tonsillitis.
ACL tears,
like 4 of them, and he would come back. So it's like, and a part of me wants to be like, man, you come back from that, and he had 10 tackles his first year back, then he had like 13, then he tore his ACL again, then he had 40 tackles. And it's like, I totally agree. Like at some point you got to hang it up, man.
At what point do we have pros coming back to college football?
And I think that's the kid you might deserve it.
Yeah.
He's come back from real injuries, but a sore throat, man. Sorry.
That's wild. That's wild.
That's crazy. And he was like third string then, I believe.
Oh, sorry guys. He had mono, according to Oops. He had mono.
I had mono my senior year. Guess what? I played every game. And I get it. It's not the SEC.
No, Trinidad couldn't breathe.
It was mono from kissing your mother.
No, mono was the other kid, the kid from somewhere else. I saw an Ole Miss fan say that somebody on some other team got a waiver because of mono.
At least he had a diagnosis beyond a sore throat and then a made-up tonsillitis, talking about the centimeters of his wisdom teeth in the trial. Like, dude, unbelievable.
Going back to Grant on the money thing, the only thing standing in the way of completely breaking away from the NCAA is the NCAA basketball tournament.
Yes.
That's $1 billion product every year. And so they haven't figured out how to do that with how to break away unless football is just completely separate. But then how do you do the whole rev share? That's the complicating factor. And if March Madness wasn't so big, it would have already been done.
But football is so different. I think I understand if football breaks away though. It's different than every.
But they're trying to make like a March Madness out of football. That's their ultimate goal with this playoff expansion talk.
Yes.
Right. And that's what's just so defeating about the future of college football in general. Like beyond all this Trinidad mess and all that bullshit. Just the whole deal about the open transfer portal situation, no regulation whatsoever, no contracts for NIL, like all of it just open season. And then you want to expand and expand and expand. It is stripped the fabric of what we grew up loving in college football. And it's tough to watch, right? We still watch because of the pageantry. We still have the colors, the brands, the hype. I mean, like all of that is still there because it's still football and it's still like the best version of football that we have. It's just dying this slow death because of the greed. That's all it is. And it's just like it's Daniel, quick point. Did I freeze?
No, you're good.
You're good. You're going.
It's a perfect point about the tournament, right? March Madness is the example of what they strive for in college athletics. And that's what they're trying to make out of college football. It's tough to watch.
For sure, but it's hard to watch. It's hard to watch a college football game February 1st or whenever.
Dude, the schedule's crazy.
Got to be done by the 1st, man.
Like I was so out of the national championship. It was like, of course, we watched every second, but like I didn't feel like it was. I felt like it had been over. It was weird.
Yeah, the casual fan probably isn't going to. They like the NFL.
Why do we need so many weeks off between?
Because the NFL, they want to cooperate with the pros,
which I hate. That's
so starting
because the NFL won't give up Saturdays, basically.
Yes, for the playoffs.
Because they get all the ad money for that.
Yeah.
Actually,
it's all greed, man.
Yeah, everything's about money.
The NCAA
Trinidad, it's all about money.
So championship games are the first weekend in December. Just play the playoffs the next week. That's what the NFL does.
Yeah. Yeah, there's no reason for a break. Keep it going.
Yeah, keep it going.
They
did it in 2020.
TBS.
They played the December 10th or something was the last season game, and then they immediately jumped in the bowl game like 4 days later. They could do it again.
Hey, how do we feel about Walker Howard today?
The best quarterback in the history of the game, I think.
Can we say what a loser for transferring back to Ole Miss?
I was about to say, didn't he go back to Ole Miss? I totally forgot about that.
He just went back to third string at Ole Miss.
Dude, they might have the best QB room in the country.
Oh,
we're talking about fan base who told me I've heard many of their fans say they were the best 4-loss team ever one year in 2016. This is par for the course for them, man. I'm telling you.
It's great. This reminds me, this hype right now with the Trinidad situation, this has the same feeling as Texas A&M baseball last year, where it's like, hey, we're shoe-in national champions next year because we have what's his face coming back, that the top dog outfielder, he's coming back. He bypassed
Jace Lavalette.
Yeah, Lavallette's coming back. A&M's not going to be touched, and they just fucking flop. Do I think Ole Miss is going to lose a shit ton of games next year? No. But by no means are they about to waltz into next year without Lane Kiffin and act like this offense is going to do jack shit.
I just think the audacity of them. When I saw a tweet today from you, and someone goes, "Cry more, bitch."
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Are we really going to talk about crying right now?
Right.
Jesus.
As the judge cries for Trinidad.
Yeah. Fucking losers. I hate that.
It's incredible. How long until Pete Golding kills a kid?
He probably already has.
Yeah, he already has.
And the NCAA will uncover it because they're going to be all over their ass.
Yes, I do agree with that. I didn't think about that. The Will Wade analogy is spot on. That they're gonna be under a microscope for everything that they do. And they have no idea. Because they're so obsessed with Lane Kiffin and LSU that they don't realize that they just nuked their entire future. And then they're going to end up basically in a death penalty.
10 years ago that bought prostitutes for players.
They've done too much. Like they've jumped the shark with this whole get revenge game. And now that it's a national spectacle with Trinidad, it's just not like there's no way you do this much crying, this much cheating, this much manipulation, this much there's no way they end up being the team that just ends up hoisting a trophy next year. Like that, they've done too much. It's going to come back and bite them hard. The cloud of the governing body of NCAA that's just going to be raining on them all season is going to be amazing to watch.
Yeah. And Chambliss might play, but they're going to find something that they did, and somebody's going to be ineligible. They're going to get some penalties along the way that are just going to nick away at them.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
But listen, it's all for week 3, right?
So they don't care about anything beyond that.
Is it worth it?
Thank God.
G-Moose, I sent that Pete Golding will kill a kid. I sent that to Zombie Bob just now. Now, whether or not Zombie Bob responds, I don't know. But Zombie Bob has sent me 3 more videos from the parade route since we've been recording.
Pete Golding, man.
Zombie just living his best life.
Thank y'all so much. I don't know if y'all want to.
We've had a blast. Thanks for having us, y'all.
Can I say one thing real quick? Give me 30 seconds.
Yeah.
I got a question about Grant's lineup. He switched it. Didn't he say? No, Mike, you said Caraway 9th.
I said Caraway 9th. Yeah.
Never mind.
You have DH, Grant? Who do you have DH?
First
Braun.
Freshman.
Well, you say what you're going to say, and then I'll read Grant's lineup.
I just want to say I remember a little story. I remember we have no Mike for a very long time in Grant. Obviously, 3 out of 4 of us are from the North Shore, and then Mike's first cousin. I remember being at my parents' house, driving back home from, just going to visit them, and I was laying in a bed like early, like 1 o'clock in the morning, and I hear this podcast. I'm like, God, I know this guy's voice. What the hell is that? And I just want to say thank you, man, for coming on. And 10 years is I can't believe that's how bad it flies. And both of y'all, thank y'all. And Brett,
it's a wild milestone, and every year your numbers just keep dropping. So look forward to that.
yeah, but I know we had talked about you had talked about podcasts like in 2011 with me. I remember, and I think it's cool that you did it. And regardless, y'all are phenomenal, and y'all got a great following. Y'all do.
Oh man, we certainly appreciate that. You guys have always been friends of the pod from the beginning, so it's been exciting to watch this pod absolutely blow up and take steam. So consistency is key. It's been exciting to watch, and we're always happy to be on and collab.
Hey, I got a question, Mike.
Yeah.
If we do a spinoff, okay, and we get Grant, just me and Grant, we do a spinoff.
We're not doing this on air. We can litigate.
Okay. Well, I was going to say, I got
a spinoff of what?
We already have
Is it a crawfish cooking podcast?
No, we already have a Twitter
I want to
account.
bring the baseball podcast back.
I want to bring back something from 2018. Hold on. Do you remember what Twitter account we had in 2018?
The double dribble.
Is it?
No. We did do double dribble for a little while there.
Yeah, we did.
Double dribble. What's the baseball?
Me and Zombie Bob. Zombie Bob started the Twitter account, but I got accused of it because it wasn't something I would do.
I don't know. I'm blocked. Pot of purple. That's right.
Pot of purple. You know the funny thing is, me and Zombie were looking back on that recently, Do you know who? We only have like 7 followers on Pod of Purple, and it's all people we know except for one person. Lloyd.
Oh, Lloyd.
Lloyd from the Jordy Collada show.
Oh, yes.
Tingle
yes.
Company.
That's great. That's great.
So
That's funny.
8 years ago when we were trolling y'all, Lloyd
Lloyd's
jumped on our troll
Lloyd is a shifter.
bandwagon.
That's perfectly fine. As long as it's not just an account solely to troll Pot of Gold any longer. Have fun with it.
Yeah.
I had nothing to do with that one. So.
I know you did.
That was all Zombie Bob, but I did get accused of it, which is probably appropriate, being honest.
For sure.
That is something I
That's
would
why you love
100% do.
This is why you love
I did immediately think, honestly, a lot of times when we still get trolled, I'm like, that's Daniel.
Zombie's convinced that I'm oops. He's convinced that I run the show, run the chat, and also troll in the chat at the same time. Even though, because we're live, when I comment, you can see it says the Geaux Team. It's me.
What is the M? Why does oops all blitz? Why is his YouTube?
Because his name starts with an M and he isn't smart enough to figure out how to get rid of that.
Okay. Gotcha.
He doesn't put it.
Yeah, he doesn't. He's also like he's either like a 70-year-old man that still lives with his 90-year-old mom, or he's 12.
Okay.
David, you just now jumping on the show.
It's like, all right, let's go. 11 p.m. kickoff.
G Moose, when Zombie gets back next week, we will let him have control of the chat for one episode, probably Thursday next week.
Dr. Mike, you want to respond to oops there?
What do you say? Thank God none of you are doctors. Literally have no idea what mono can do. All right. No, I don't. No response needed. If he's asking that kind of stupid question, we don't need any type of medical advice. Give it back to him.
I say block.
Chip, you don't even read half his comments.
No, I don't. I mean, I don't know.
Chip,
I'll wear my
does
scrubs next time to answer the question.
You know what's fun?
Yeah. Man, I'm glad. Yeah, you don't work in the medical field at all, Mike. He doesn't know anything about.
Doesn't know anything about mono. You should get 10 extra years.
It is fun with them when those people like literally waste 2 hours of their life just to like sit there watching this. Like they literally waste shit. I guess it's what now 6 hours a week. That they spend. If you're not a fan of the show, this is.
Oh, I thought you were talking about the boys, the crew in the chat.
You're talking about the one guy.
You're talking about the one guy. Oh, he gets off to this. Are you kidding me? This is attention for him. He loves this.
Blake Ruffino blocked him.
Yeah, I respect that.
I could see that.
Well, he gave it. He was democratic about it. He gave.
Why block him? You give in. You let him keep coming back here every week.
See, I enjoy him.
Well, I know you enjoy him. That's the obvious.
Oops says Chip. I played every game with mono.
Actually had starting from Bogle. Actually, you wouldn't know, but starting from the third game and on, I did.
I actually had duo.
There's no way I was missing my senior season. You remember?
Have you ever had?
They don't have.
Have you ever had duo?
Duo? What are you talking about?
Duo?
Yeah, it's kind of like mono, but it's the next one.
Hey yo!
That was a good dad joke right there. I diagnosed you with mono. I'm going to diagnose you with duo.
Yeah, hey, it's not like one of us is a doctor though or anything.
It's been a fun show. This has been exciting.
My kids woke up twice this whole pod.
And you didn't go check on her?
No, I have the monitor right here. She went
go
back
check
to
on
sleep.
that sweet baby, Grant.
She's sleeping.
Yeah, she's a sweetheart. Cutie pie.
All right, I'm going to hit the outro music.
That'll be good,
Gentlemen,
guys.
open invitation anytime.
Yeah, we had a blast.
Same for Brett. Brett,
love you guys.
Zombie. I still want to see it.
Do
It's
it.
my bucket
Later,
list.
guys.
All right, gentlemen.